Hello, BookTube. That last little test video was done with an older MacBook, a MacBook that I really like, and I do a lot of my work on it. So I was wondering if I could do videos on it as well, but it turns out that the photo booth on it flips the videos. And I've looked at a whole bunch of tutorials online, and I can't figure out a way to teach it not to do that. I know there must be a way. If any of you know, it's a very old MacBook Pro that does everything right, uploads everything, takes the videos and all, but it just, when I hit the option, auto flip photos, I've just been assuming that includes video as well, and it doesn't auto flip anything. It doesn't even auto flip photos. So I'll have to figure out a way to do that. But in the meantime, I got some more mail that I strongly suspect is the last mail haul of the week. And I wanted to share that with you on the Ordinary, on the much newer MacBook Pro, which also flipped videos at first, but doesn't anymore. I'll figure it out, or if any of you have any ideas. But I would certainly like to use the older MacBook. I use it all the time. I love it. I love the dynamics of it. More, I think, just a bit, than I love the new MacBook, as heretical as that is. And I suspect nearing a time when I will have to get a new MacBook, just newer than my MacBook Pro, newer than my MacBook Air, newer than my old MacBook Pro, newer than certainly my old MacBook. I have one before they split into Pro and Air. I have the last of the MacBooks that was just a MacBook. I might have to, I'm approaching a time when I will have to get a new one, and hopefully just load everything onto that so that I don't have multiple things on multiple computers. But anyway, let's see what we have here. This is from Paul Dry, who sent us that murder mystery set in Athens yesterday. What on earth? Okay. All right. I don't know how this wasn't known to me. This is a new translation of Homer's Iliad. Look at that. Just the letter I with burning ground behind it. By Joe Sachs. The translator is Joe Sachs. Wow. It's just a new verse translation of Homer's Iliad. It looks like it's in dactylic hexameter. It looks like he tries to mimic Homer's actual line setup, which is most English language translators absolutely don't do that. They don't believe that English can do it. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay, well this excuse me, this is almost certainly going to be the Iliad I read in June. I mean, I read the Iliad every June, and this is coming out in June. So I don't see any reason to go to one that I already know, and I can just read this one. Wonderful. Okay. Fantastic. Wow, what a way to start a mail haul. Oh, they also sent me a catalog. Very nice. What a way to start a mail haul with an Iliad. All right, let's move on here. Although realistically speaking, I don't know what we're going to do after the Iliad. Okay, this is I believe, a police thriller. This is Martin Solares, Don't Send Flowers. From Grove Atlantic. Comes out in August. And it's a riveting novel about a retired police detective in the Gulf city of La Eternidad in the northern Mexico who has to go up against the corruption and widespread violence that caused him to leave the force when he is hired by a wealthy businessman to find his missing daughter. And this author was born in Mexico. He completed a doctorate at the Sorbonne. And he now lives in Mexico City. And his first novel, The Black Minutes, was a finalist for France's most prestigious award for crime fiction. Okay. All right, so a crime thriller in August from a writer in Mexico City. Interesting. All right, let's move on. It could be that the older MacBook just just can't flip videos. It could be that I need to take the videos that I make on it and filter them through something else. That could be possible. I seem to remember having to do that once upon a time with some computer or other. I'll have to I'll have to look into that. I'm leery because the more bothered it is, the less likely I am to do it. Okay, all right. This is academic work. Comes out at the end of this month from Harvard University Press. Writing for Print. This is self-publishing in late imperial China by Suyong Sun, who's an assistant professor of Asian studies at Cornell. The practice of self-publishing was widespread among writers in late imperial China, impacting relationships, affecting them. It's just that you, like everybody else in the modern world, doesn't know quite whether it's E or A. So rather than use affecting, you use impacting incorrectly. Between manuscript tradition and print convention, peer patronage and popular fame, and gift exchange and commercial transactions in a textual production and circulation. Wow, so self-publishing was really popular in late imperial China. I didn't know that. And this will teach me all about it. This will teach me all about how it was done, when it was done, to what extent it was done. Fantastic. Okay, and this is coming right up. So it's a subject that really interests me. I probably should read it tonight. All right. Well, so we're certainly a lot lacking for interest in this mail. How are we? Okay. This next one is from the New York Review of Books. They have a classic reprint lineup that they do that's often very interesting. The people who call the shots on it are making individual choices on stuff they've really liked. And that's always nice, even if it doesn't always hit a bullseye with me. This is late May. This is The Seventh Cross by Anna Segers, translated by Margot Betauer Dembo. And the author was born in Mainz and is to an upper-middle-class Jewish family in 1900. Her first story, written under the name Antje Singers, was published in 1924. The following year, she married a Hungarian immigrant economist and began her writing career in earnest. In 1929, she joined the Communist Party and gave birth to her first child and received the Kleist Prize for her first novel, The Revolt of the Fishermen. She settled in France in 1933, but was forced to flee again when the Nazis invaded in 1940. And where did she end up? She went to Mexico. After the war, she moved to East Berlin, where she became an emblematic figure of East German letters, actively championing the work of young writers from her position as president of the Writers' Union, and publishing at a steady pace. Boy, I must have heard this person's name before, just not remembered it, just sort of blurred it out. Okay, but what is this book? At the start of this novel, George Heisler and 6 other prisoners break loose from the fictional Westhoffen concentration camp. Separated from the others, not sure who he can trust, George must run for his life. Huh. Okay. All right. Wow. This is one of those things, this is why I love the New York Review of Books reprint line, because they're often a call to educate. A call to educate yourself. I need to know all about this now before I even attempt to read this book. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay. It has a blurb on the back from Orville Prescott. No one's going to remember that name, but I do. I do. Wow. All right. All right, let's move on here. This mail haul, the last mail haul of this week, does end with a box, so we've got that going for us. Oh, okay. Great. We've seen this already before. This is Robert Lyman's Under a Darkening Sky, about Americans who volunteered to fight in the skies over embattled England and embattled Europe before the United States entered the war. I still haven't had a chance to look at this. I just got it the other day, but I'm curious. I'm very curious. It's right up my alley. And we'll move on to this one here. Okay. Okay. This is The People's Republic of Everything by Nick Mamatas, with a blurb on the cover from China Mieville that says he is the People's Commissar of Awesome. And I don't know what to make of a blurb like that. I don't think anybody's supposed to know what to make of a blurb like that. This comes out in August from the People's Commissar of Awesome. Welcome to the People's Republic of Everything. Of course, you've been here for a long time already. Make yourself at home alongside a hitman who always tells the truth, no matter how reality has to twist itself to suit electric matchstick girls who have teamed up with Frederick Engels, a telepathic boy and his father's homemade nuclear bomb, and a very bad date that births an unforgettable meme, and a dog who simply won't stop howling on social media. Okay, so this is a collection of wacky stories due at the very end of August. Okay. Well, that's fascinating. I don't know anything about the author, I don't think. The author's 7 novels, including Love is the Law, I Am Providence, and the forthcoming Hexton Sabbath. And his short stories have appeared everywhere. He lives in San Francisco. I don't think I've read anything by him. Problem with wacky stories is that sometimes the authors think that's all you need to do. You're done for the day if you show up with a wacky premise. And of course, we know that's not true. So, but anyway, here's the box. Let's see. Let's see what this is. What is this? Oh, it's multiple books. Oh, fantastic! I made an order on Book Depository, and this is half my order. I ordered these lovely Penguin Classics of Trollope. I did the Eustace Diamonds. Look at that, huh? And I did the Penguin Classic, Can You Forgive Her, which we're doing for our read-along, Can You Forgive Steve Donahue. I had an older paperback a trade paperback of this, and I had a battered mass market of this, and I thought, these are books you will read and reread, and unlike a lot of books, if it's Penguin Classics, these gorgeous script-spine Penguin Classics, you'll read the book itself. So I just broke down and did it. I ordered 2 other books too. They must be coming. But here we have these 2. Wonderful. Wow, how beautiful. Plus a whole bunch of stuff in the box from Penguin Classics. I have Alice in Wonderland bookmarks, and Kitty in Boots, The Tale of Kitty in Boots, and a whole bunch of other stuff. These might be maybe coupons. I wouldn't be averse to using them again. All right, so that's it then. That is our last mail haul of the week. So how are we going to do this? Writing for print about self-publishing in Imperial China. Under Darking Sky. Nick Mamatis' The People's Republic of Everything. The Seventh Cross by Anna Sagers. Don't Send Flowers by Martine Solaris. 2 big fat trollops. And a new translation of Homer's Iliad. How do you like that? So this is a lot for me to dig in right away. So I'm going to go do that. But I will be back. Thank you, BookTube.